Tales from the End of the World original audio recordings presents Some Kind of Pen. Richard looked at the flashing cursor on the wasteland of white that was the blank document before him. The words were not flowing today. The writer's block was killing him as he poured himself another drink. He rolled the glass in both hands as he returned to the screen. "Fuck you," he said to the screen, which mocked him. "Did you write anything yet?" his wife called from the next room. "No," he called back. "Knew you wouldn't," she laughed, "or couldn't." He shot a dirty look at the doorway of his office. What the hell happened to him? He used to crank this shit out all the time, and she'd been so supportive. He got up and went for a walk to clear his head. "Come back when you found a real job," she called after him as he left. He stopped at the bar around the corner, took a seat. The bartender poured him a glass of whiskey, placed it in front of him. He smiled appreciatively as he took a sip. He heard someone clear his throat next to him, and he looked. He saw an odd-looking man in a black suit, a bowler hat, and an oddly long nose. The bowler hat man gave him a sideways smirk and raised his glass in toast. Richard raised his in return. "You look like a troubled man," Bowler Hat said. "Yeah, I got troubles. Wife troubles, work troubles. But there's whiskey," Richard said as he sipped. "Indeed there is, sir. The name's Catswaller, and helping people is my game," he said, offering his hand. Richard took and shook it. Catswaller grinned and hummed at the same time. He put up a gnarled finger and a look of concentration on his face. He licked the corner of his mouth. "Nice grip. A writer, yes?" Catswaller asked. "Yes, I am," Rich said, smiling. "Then I have something for you," Catswaller said, removing a black box from his pocket. He slipped the box over to Richard, who took it and opened it and gasped. Inside a black velvet lining was a blood-red fountain pen. His eyes lit up and looked over at Catswaller, who nodded and smiled. "Hey, Mike!" Rich called the bartender. "2 whiskeys for me and my friend here." "Who?" Mike asked. Rich looked. Catswaller was gone. He closed the box, and on top of the lid in gold was written a very special pen. "No one. I'm done," Rich said and went home. He sat in his office examining the pen. His wife called and distracted him, and the tip of the pen jabbed into his finger. The pen began to suck and fill with his blood. Rich watched with wide-eyed amazement and a sudden urge to write on the nearest piece of paper. He grabbed one and wrote, "Wife, shut up and do as I say." He held his breath as he wrote and exhaled as he finished. He read it a couple times and looked up. His wife stood in the doorway, her eyes wide and full of admiration. Rich looked at her curiously, licked his lips, which had gone dry. "Go make some dinner," Rich said. "Oh, yes, master, right away," she said, and went straight into the kitchen. Holy shit, this was a special pen. He stuck himself again, filled the inkwell, and wrote on another piece of paper. This one for himself. "Write great poetry." A chill filled him. His feet moved to his computer and his fingers began to type. He was excited. This felt amazing. He was fucking writing again. He wasn't sure how long he was at it. Hours seemed to fly by. Even his wife brought him dinner, which she never did before. And when he finished, he sent it to his publisher. The pen had done this. He thought maybe a little security to the stories wouldn't help. He grabbed another piece of paper and wrote to his publisher. "Love it." The phone rang. The publisher! He loved it! Holy shit, this was some kind of pen.
Hey guys, I'd like to thank you for listening if you've made this far into the video. I would also like to encourage you to like, subscribe to the channel, help us grow and become something more, comment and share these videos. I also encourage you to check out our other videos, and please check out all necessary social media links that we add to the description below. And cheers. This is your host.